Hi guys, Lori here. I'm here to do a video about a couple of 2018 books that I physically bought and just did not get to. And I normally have a lot of books that are ARCs or Advanced Readers copies that I get from publishers or from conventions, but these are books that I have physically purchased or was given to me as gifts. And I just want to run down them, and hopefully I will get to these in 2019. Yeah, let's get into it. So the first book that I really want to read is Speak Easy, Speak Love, which is a much to do about nothing retelling. My friend Tiffany actually told me to read this book. She actually highly recommended it, which is why I purchased it. I was supposed to read it for the Pop Sugar Reading Challenge, and I just never got around to it. But this book sounds really cool. It says Beatrice plans a quiet summer of studying for her medical school entrance exam in her uncle's home on Long Island. Little did she know her cousin Hero was running a family speakeasy out of her basement with the help of her handsome bartender and talented blues singer and a strangely exciting, infuriating novelist. Daring car chases, unhanded dealings, seedy crooks, and lavish parties are daily occurrences in the reckless underground world of 1920s prohibition. And with rivals gunning for them and the cops close on their heels, it will be the most dangerous summer of their lives. But there's always a little time for romance. This sounds adorable. I really hope that I will get to read it in 2019, and I'll be sure to give you guys my thoughts when I do. Another book that I wound up buying in 2018 was Runaways by Christopher Golden, and this is a tie-in book to the TV show. I was planning on rewatching season 1 and then reading this. Season 2 is actually already out, so maybe I can read it before I watch the TV show. It's a possibility, but this is like a tie-in novel to the TV show, which I'm actually really enjoying. But I bought this in January and just never got around to it. And then Lifelike by Jay Kristoff. I actually have not read a Jay Kristoff book by himself. So this would have been my first one. And I know that this is a science fiction adventure. And that's really all that I know about it. I know that I got this early. I got it like a couple of weeks early and I just never got around to reading it. I know nothing about this book, but I did get it in 2018 and I did buy it. Another book that I wound up buying was The Diminished by Kathleen Sage Patterson. And if I remember this is nearly all are born with twins, two halves to form one whole, yet some face the world alone. I think that this is when, like, you're born, you always have a twin, but when some people don't have a twin, when one twin dies, the other usually follows, unable to face the world without their other half. Those who survive are constantly diminished, doomed to succumb to the violent grief that inevitably destroys everyone whose twin has died. Since the fate of Via Bradley, whose twin sister died in infancy, raised of the authorities of the temple after her life cast off, Via has cast her whole life scheming for a way to escape and live out what's left of life in peace. After their 16th birthday approaches, Bo and the very different future. One a life of luxury as they are thrown, the other years of backbreak and work as a temple servant. But a long house Egypt and the fate of the empire are destined to bring them together in a way that they could never have imagined. It sounds really cool, and I really hope that I get to read it soon. But yeah, it just sounded, this cover's pretty, sorry for the glare. Another graphic novel that I wound up picking up was Check Please, Book 1 Hockey by Neo Zuzina. I got this at Comic-Con. She signed it for me. I've heard amazing things about this graphic novel series and really hope that I get to read it soon. And another book that I wound up picking up from Target, if I recall right, is Little Do We Know by Tamara Ireland Stone. And this book is right about the end of, I think right around the end of school, and something happens. Three friends are about to head off to college, and no matter how much Anna wants to bridge the 36 up between their bedroom windows, they can't, not anymore. That is until their paths cross unexpectedly when one night Hannah finds Luke doubled over in his car outside her house. In the aftermath of the accident, all three struggle to understand what happened in their own ways. When a devastating secret brings about Hannah and Emery's argument ultimately comes to light, they must examine what they hold true. So I think that sounds really interesting. It's another gritty contemporary, which I'm really hoping to read more of this year. But this is another book that is on my list. The next book is Rain the Earth by A.C. Goggin, and I actually do have an arc of the second book. And if I remember right from Alexa Love Books, there is a little bit of rape culture in this, or rape in this story. It's a little bit of like a grittier contemporary. I know nothing about it, but it is signed to me. So yeah, hopefully I like it when I get around to reading it. And the last book I'm going to talk about two more. This one is Damsel by Alina K. Arnold. And this is a book, I think it's like a princess retelling. Right has existed for as long as anyone can remember. But yeah, I don't know much about it. I know that it was supposed to be really interesting, and I've heard some mixed things about it, which is probably why I didn't add it to my immediate TBR. But this is another one that's on my TBR. And the last book that I'm going to chat about in this video is Ink, Iron, and Glass by Gwendolyn Clare. Can she write a world gone wrong? A certain pen, a certain book, a certain person can craft entirely new words. Through a branch of science called scripting, Elsa comes from one such word that was written into creation, where her mother, a noted constant ultrasound, expands the reality. But when her home is attacked and her mother kidnapped, Elsa is forced to cross the real world with her user scriptology gifts to find her. In an alternative Victorian Italy, Elsa finds a secret society of young scientists with a gift for mechanics, economy, and scriptology, and meets Leo, a gorgeous mechanic with a smart mouth and tragic past. She recruits the help of these fellow geniuses just as the assassin arrives on their doorstep. I know that there is a sequel coming out, so hopefully I get to read this and I will like it. These are just some of the books that I bought and purchased in 2018 that I did not get to read. Let me know in the comments if you've read any and what are your thoughts below. And yeah, I hope you guys are having a great day, and I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.